I'm here to tell you, you're not broken and you're most certainly not weak. If you're constantly fighting against hunger and it's an all-day battle, that's really your body screaming at you that it's missing something. And until you improve on these 5 things that I am about to go over, no matter what diet you choose, no matter how much willpower you believe you have, you are going to struggle. So let's fix all that. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Coach Achidi, and I'm both your personal trainer and food educator. And my entire purpose is to teach you a health education that is completely based in common sense and is removed from any BS or misinformation. So if you're looking for a simple path that gets you healthy, that is sustainable enough to keep you healthy, you are on the right channel. So I encourage you to subscribe, and that way you can stay on top of all my video uploads. I post twice a week. You'll see new videos up on Wednesdays and on Sundays. So let's break down why you're stuck in this constant hunger cycle and what you can do to remove yourself from it so you're no longer stuck always battling with your hunger and you don't have to starve yourself either. Our first stop on improving our hunger is our protein intake. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you don't need enough protein. Most people don't eat enough protein. If I were to ask you to track how much protein you eat, it's probably going to be way under 100 grams per day. And especially if you're not eating enough protein in the first half of the day, that is a big reason why you spend the afternoon and the evening always searching for a snack, grazing, and constantly fighting off your cravings. When you eat enough protein, not only are you getting energy that lasts, you're also not going to feel hungry for an extended period of time, and you're going to actually feel satisfied from the amount of food that you ate. So let's focus on starting our day with a lot more protein. Aim to have at least 50 or more grams of protein before noon. And if you don't want to track it on a scale or anything, make sure you have had at least 2 to 3 palm-sized servings of protein by noon. This will give you control over your hunger and your cravings and your appetite through lunch and the rest of the afternoon so you don't crash out. But if you continue doing what you're doing, you're going to continue fighting hunger off all day. So which one are you going to choose? The next reason why hunger is a constant issue to deal with is a lack of fiber. And fiber does more than just help with digestion and keep us on a regular pooping schedule. Fiber actually adds bulk to our meals, so it triggers feelings of fullness as the fiber goes into our stomach and stretches it out. When you have a healthy meal that includes at least half of the plate containing high fiber foods, you're gonna feel full and satisfied off of what you just ate. But even if you have a healthy meal, but it barely has any high fiber foods, I guarantee you're gonna still feel hungry even though you ate a balanced meal. So let's make sure at least half of our plate has some combination of vegetables, fruits, beans, or whole grains on it. These are the categories of high fiber foods that we all need to eat more of, because the more of them we eat, the fewer calories we will take in, but at the same time, the more satisfied off those calories we will be. We're back in control of our hunger and we're losing weight for once and for all. This third hunger issue is one that I'm sure I'll get some pushback in the comments, but I'm here for it and I'll say it anyways. You're hungry because you're dehydrated. You don't drink enough water, and when you are thirsty and dehydrated, your brain is tricked into thinking, hey, we need to eat something. You do not need to eat something. You need to give yourself some water and see what happens next. If you're constantly feeling cravings out of literal left field, try drinking a big glass of water and waiting like 5 to 10 minutes. I tell all of my clients to do that because 99 times out of 100, they just didn't have enough water in their system. And once they gave their system some water, all of a sudden they're back to focusing on whatever they need to focus on. So drink more water. Coffee is not water. Juice and soda are not water. Water is water. Our brains need water to function properly. When your brain doesn't function properly, it has you doing dumb things like eating when you have no need to put more food into your body. We are on to the 4th reason why your hunger is relentless, and this one has to do with skipping meals and basically just having no meal timing. I completely understand that intermittent fasting, where you go hours without eating, is very tempting. It might seem like it makes all the sense in the world to wait till dinner time to have your one big meal, and that way you can eat whatever you want and you should be good, right? Here's the issue. When we do that and we go hours throughout the day without eating, our body doesn't quite like that. It's going to start sending more and more hunger signals to our brain, and they're just going to accumulate and build up until finally we give in and have a little bit of something, and it is off to the races and we are binging like there's no tomorrow. In order to cut that out, it's better to have some structure around your breakfast and your lunch. You don't have to eat first thing in the morning, but you should eat at a reasonable time after you've woken up, and then have a planned time for lunch and dinner. Our body craves routine. When there's a routine and our body isn't left guessing, it will not panic and it will do what we want it to do, like get rid of fat and stop having relentless hunger signals. Let's create some structure around our breakfast and our lunch, and that will put us back in control and allows us to finally start losing fat instead of constantly holding on to it. Our last reason why we constantly deal with hunger is because we're not sleeping worth a damn. When our sleep is trash and we have irregular sleeping times and we're not waking up with a schedule, our hunger hormones are going to be out of whack. First, there's the hormone that tells us to eat more, called ghrelin. That hormone is going to be through the roof and never goes away. So you're going to always be hungry and craving food. The other hormone, known as leptin, that tells us to stop eating. Well, when you're not sleeping that good, that hormone doesn't get released often and you're constantly driven to eat more. So even though you might have had a decent meal, your brain's like, hey, we got to just keep eating. And that's the reason why it's hard to stick to a diet. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It makes fat loss feel impossible because your body is fighting against the same cravings that it just created. So let's not just stick to a sleep schedule, let's also stick to a meal schedule, as I talked about in the previous section. Our body craves routine, and the more routine we have, the less our hunger is calling all the shots, and the more in control we will actually be. If you're struggling with hunger, you don't need to overhaul your diet. You really just need to fix the foundation like I was talking about. You're also going to want to stick around for the next video in this series because I'm going to be covering one of the biggest reasons people cannot lose weight and also struggle to get a hold of their overall health, and that is mismanaging their stress. I got a lot to talk about in that video, and I promise you it's going to help you out a ton. So subscribe to my channel so you can be there when I upload it later this week. And also, I got a big announcement as I just launched my official Inner Circle community group. This is an online community that is going to be where I'm going to be putting a ton more of resources. I'm going to be hosting live streams where I answer your questions in real time, and I also provide workshops, learning modules, workout programs, and a bunch of other features to help you live the healthiest life possible and be surrounded by other like-minded people. If you want to join my group right now, this is the only time I'm going to do it. It is completely free, and the link to join is in my channel description. So you're going to want to head to the channel description and tap where it says join my Inner Circle community, and that's all it will take. But as I said, membership is free for now, and then it will be premium in the not too distant future. I'm glad that you stuck around to the end of the video. In just a moment, you're going to see a preview for another one on my channel that I promise you will teach you health in a common sense way. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day.